Welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. I'm CC Survivor, and today we're going to be continuing with the Feed the Beast series. And today we're going to be setting up an automatic sorting system. Now, as you can see here, I think I showed part of this the last episode, if I remember correctly, was this, where it was automatically macerating down into the ingredients, so I could go through a lot because it never was, but we're going to be stepping that up and creating a fully automated system. Now, I've just noticed I have forgot to empty my inventory. Just get that done quickly. Blue dye does not go in there. Been finding quite a few dye trees. Now, good news, we are in version 1.0.5 of the mod pack now, and we have got open blocks back. Now, I love that mod. It's such a little mod that has so many little things. Just take a quick look before we go do some other stuff. Oh, if I can remember my alphabet. O is not that far down. Open blocks. Now, this is the mod that adds that trapdoor that I was messing around with earlier on. It also adds liquid experience. This grey thing. Now, I don't know if you have to enable that or something. But you can get all these little things for village highlights and other stuff, and stencils, just for the fun of it. You can paint blocks and some little things that are very fun to play with, especially the item cannon, unique item transport, of course, sprinkler, and a bird trap to catch animals. You couldn't get any more creative. But anywho, in today's episode we're going to be creating that auto sorting system. But first,
and here it is.
Yes, I will now explain what the heck has happened. So basically, because the mod pack is updating constantly, one of the new versions had changed Biomes of Plenty, which had a world gen change, and then another thing was the quarry had a bug in the last version that I was using that caused chunks to be regenerated for some reason, and it kind of limited most of the chunks. Remember when it said mountain when I was over here? I think that was it starting to change. So then I thought, well, let's just move the quarry over here. It might just be that certain chunk that's a bug. And it happened over here. But now I do believe it's fixed in this version, if I was reading the notes, the update notes correctly. And to be safe, I've put as little things in that quarry block as chunk as possible. I've only got the conduit and the quarry itself. I've even moved the ender chest out of the way, because that's annoying to cheat back in and repaint. Yes, I did cheat it back in due to a bug in the game. If you find that's wrong, oh, so be it. I also found a donkey out here and bred up myself a beautiful mule. Now, of course, you can put chests on mules, which is a great storage transport. We have got ender storage, but hey, it's nice to have a mule. I'm not sure about his speed, I don't know. But anywho, so now we'll move on to the sorting system and getting started with that. Now, what am I planning? Well, I think I'm gonna actually move this thermal expansion thing, which I think I did between last episode and this. I created some thermal expansion things to make some stuff, and I'm gonna move this down here, and then move all my chests up to this end. And what I'll do, I'll have the sorting system start over here. It'll come in, it'll go through the macerator or washer, then into the electronic furnaces. I've got two of them now. It'll go for the extractor, because I may get some sticky resin and other stuff. Then it'll move on to sorting. Now, I'll also run it through the sawmill for, well, actually no, I won't. That's actually not actually a good idea now that I think about it. And I'll just run it through auto sorting systems and auto compression systems, so to speak. Now here I have compressed cobblestone, which is made up of 9 cobblestone, and I've got 57 stacks of that. So you do the maths, 57 times 9, quite a big number. And it was filling up these large oak barrels, so I've just been manually compressing it, and I'm going to set up an auto compressing system. But first, I think I want to upgrade these item ducts. So to upgrade these item ducts, do I have any in a chest anywhere? No. Copper. Can't see much copper. Now, of course, I'm going to be using the industrial craft system. Now, there is going to be one problem with this industrial craft system, is it's not going to be able to keep up, but that will change in the future. So, do I have some item ducts here? Right. I think, let's have a look at the recipe. Usage, and you can turn transparent into opaque. Okay, never knew that. You need to put energized glowstone 200 ml buckets to create one. Now I do believe it's 250 ml buckets per one energized glowstone, so that means you can do 5 with 4 glowstone. So we'll get some glowstone. I'll take a block actually. I think it uses the same energy and all that, but just for convenience sake, because not many recipes actually use a block of glowstone and you use the pieces. And this should be making our impulse item ducts. Now what does an impulse item duct do? Well, it's basically a normal item duct, except for it pulls out items faster and transports them around quicker. So if I just disable this for a second, so set that to that, so it stops pulling out items, I should say. I also need my crescent hammer, and I need to whack that. Try upgrading. So this chest is, oh, you can swing it around. I forgot you could do that. It's beginning to fill up with that. So if I take my item ducts, swing that around, put pneumatic servo on there first before I click on it, it should be emptying the chest, as you can see, very rapidly. I don't think it'll catch up to that item. I think it can only keep up because one item's coming into town and then the same item's happening to come over it again. It just takes stacks at a time. But anywho, so this is what I'm going to use to transport around items. Now as you saw, you do the whitelist and blacklist, but I'll get into that in a sec. I'm going to upgrade all these item ducts. I'm probably going to turn them all into impulse, and then we'll set up the sorting system, and I think I'll also move around some of these chests and all that. I really could do a portal gun or a gravity gun. Maybe I'll make a gravity gun. I'll have a think about it. So now that I've reorganised it, let's set it up. So I'm going to want some item ducts on each of these 4. I'm probably going to want me ender chest, if I can put it on here. Now as you can see, I have moved things around, and I've also put this water thing at the front, because at the back I'm going to put these item ducts like so that you can suck the items out. So I'm going to switch, nope, don't want to do that. I'm going to switch this around so these suck out, if I can grab them like so. And I'm also going to switch this one around. So what this is going to do is it's going to pull out of here. I'm going to have to install the pneumatic servo and all that, and it's going to pull into the macerator. Then out the back it's going to pull out the items once I've installed all the pneumatic servos, and I'm going to set it to ore washing plant, electric furnaces. So I'm going to have 2 electric furnaces, and then I'm going to move on to a chest for storage. Now one thing that I'm also going to have to do is make sure that if these chests cannot take the items, actually I might want to change this so that, how could I do this? I don't actually want these to connect, because I only want items that are done. Wait, but then again I've got those I'll have to create some complex system that won't allow items to go past, but that's for the future. So, well, that's something I'm going to do in a minute. So first of all, we're going to want to install our pneumatic servo here, and this one is going to take out every item, so I'm not going to have to put an ignore or anything on it. Then we've got this one. Now I want this to whitelist any ore that we want auto macerating. Now that is copper, iron, silver, gold, lead. Am I missing anything? Iron, copper, tin. I forgot tin? No. Tin, gold, silver. So, iron, copper, tin, gold, silver. I think that's all I want for now to be auto macerated. Then I'll come over to here with an empty hand, of course, and just click each of these ores in no particular order, just random. And as I've said before, whitelist means only these items are allowed through. So also to note, this item uses ore dictionary, so if an item is the same by definition of the ore dictionary, So basically all ores that are copper will have the same ore dictionary identification, for argument's sake, and they will all go in there, and same for ingots and all that, because if I type in ingot, for argument's sake, you can see that if I find, well actually, copper will be an easier one. We've got thermal expansion copper ingot, magical crops copper ingot, we've got forestry, nether ores, rotary, industrial craft, and there might be some others that I can't think of at the time, but as you can see there's loads of different ones. So we're going to want to set that up. So if I take, I'll actually need to grab some pneumatic servos from here, and we set these. I'm actually going to need some more pneumatic servos, so I'll set 1, 2, 3. I need one more pneumatic servo, that's okay. Those are crafted with glass. See, I'll just smelt a stack of glass. And that charcoal, can't forget about that charcoal. So I'm going to want to macerate one of each of these ores, so we'll stick them all in here. Ooh, no. Ooh, that's a problem for now. That's one of the problems that I'm going to have, but these will be set to whitelist in a second, so these will only allow in the dust forms, so those completed things. So we'll just give it a second. We've got our gold, so we'll say with an empty hand, whitelist gold, so only gold ore can come in here. So if I froze, what's going to be put through there? Actually, if I macerate up another silver ore, if I split this up so it doesn't actually do that, just quickly macerate this up, so I'll show you, and then I'll set up these, and then we'll move on, and then I'll do the same so for once these have been cleaned. Now I'll also have to set up another system to automatically compress those items, so we'll stick these to here, and we know that silver can be washed in the ore washing plant, but if we stick it in here it won't, but gold has been. So I'll set this all up for all these ores, and then we'll be back. So we're going to have a look what I've set up just for this little sausage. Now one thing that I'll also need is this saw, and I'll explain why. Is that if I take this and go 1, 2, 3, wait, actually, do I really need to do this? What was I thinking before? There was a reason why I had to do this, and it'll come back to me in a bit. I don't like that there now, actually, just for aesthetics for now. What was that reason? It'll come to me in a minute. But that saw was crafted with 2 stone, 2 of your item you want to use, so your gems or ingots, and 2 sticks. Then you saw items up, and I created the covers. I can't remember what that reason was for now, but what I've set up is these both will take all the purified ores. However, there's one problem with that, and that is that we will also be getting purely clean ores from the ore washing plant as the tiny dust, which we are then going to, if I can find it, compress down. So what I think I'm going to do is back here I'm going to set up a automatic compressing system for those ores, so it'll probably come out up here and also compress along here. Now the idea, I'll have to move this torch, is to use packers, packages, that's it, which will automatically do a 4x4 or a 9x9 if the enough items are put in. So I'll need one for the sulfur, silver, tin, iron, copper and gold. Now this sulfur will have to go somewhere else, but basically we'll just have a look at the package. It's pretty simple. Some cobblestone, some iron. Do I actually have a piston already? I'd like to have. No, I don't. But that's easy enough to make. So just, well, I'm going to need 6. So I'm going to need 6 pistons. So craft those off screen and then we'll we have some basic setup now. So I have the craft packages here. Packages with it set up so each one of these will only allow certain items, and I've just put levers down here because it's getting way too expensive for now to be randomly splurging out on those pneumatic servos. Now this doesn't really matter, but I'm going to put that like that just for aesthetic purposes because it'll really annoy me, and that these packages will only allow you to output through the bottom, unless of course it's changed since the last time I used them, which was in a recent mod pack, which was the Direwolf 20 pack. But that doesn't matter. If it does, I can change it, but it doesn't really make much difference. So I've got all this set up, so let's see whether this will work. So we'll input all these. Now what I've also done is set it up so that any... Oh, actually that's a problem. I actually cannot have that there. So that any of that sulfur dust, or what's the other one called, stone dust, will automatically go into this chest. So here we can see some of the items are already smelting and all that. So let's see, can we catch one of them smelting? So it's smelting gold now, now it's smelting silver. We've got all the items in here. Now you saw that some of these craft packages works. Now I do believe that this system actually doesn't know what to do with these completed dust. So actually I have to put one of each of the types of dust except for the sulfur dust, which goes into here, because that cannot be smelted because that's used in crafting merely. So that's the next step. Then, which is only a measly task, is to move on to putting all these items into chests. So let's move on to that. So unfortunately we're coming to the close of today's episode. We're running out of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how this sorting system is going to work, how I'm going to set it up for next episode. And for next episode I will be setting up, will need to set up some way to automatically refuel those steam dynamos over there. But that's something we'll do in next episode and we'll take a look. But first, let's see how I've rechanged this sorting system. Now you can see dramatically that the ender chest has made a jump from there to here. Why? Well, I'll basically explain. What I want to do is filter off the ores first, because the macerator will only take one ore type at a time. Now if I have it here, and let's say I have the full sorting system out, and I have something like an unsorted chest where any item that cannot go into any other chest goes into there, it'll go. All the ores will go spam out. Let's see, iron goes in there. Only iron ore can go in there. Now, the copper, the lead, and all that will go. Oh, we can't go anywhere. Let's work along the sorting system. Unsorted chest. Pointless. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering them all off into this iron chest. So the only way they can go is into here, because round back here I've set up 2 filters going into this chest. Now I've also added another packager for cobblestone, so I can get that compressed cobblestone. I may add another packager so I can get double compressed cobblestone. Depends on how my storage system is holding. At this rate I'll probably want to do it. But anywho, so round the back here I also added let's see if I click on this filter, I added rubber wood and sticky resin, so it automatically does those. Now what's coming out the back here, some of this stuff we want to go up here and into these, and some of the stuff we want to go over to here. And if I didn't have filters here, we'd have the same problem as we have with the macerator. So let's say we get some copper ore and then straight away some iron ore, and it can't, and it's just coming in too fast for argument's sake, and these can't process them fast enough, it'll go, can't go in there. Oh, we can go into this chest and screw up the sorting system. So I added 2 filters, and also these filters like to work as they go to the closest thing. Now you can change that with the wrench, but with filters it doesn't matter. So we've got the 6 ingots that I'm going to be producing here, the compressed cobblestone, stone dust, and the sulphur. And I've also got some charcoal and some rubber, which I'll definitely be getting the rubber, and I'll probably get some charcoal if I throw wood into here, because I'll be needing wood for that sorting system. Well, for the steam dynamo thing over there, so I've partly set that up, but it's only because I'm probably going to be crafting more charcoal. Now, let's take a look at how I'm going to be setting up the ore chest slash gem chest slash mine stuff chest. I've got a magical line, because all these are from magical mods. I'm not sure if Mikui's class is magical mod, but I think it's kind of magical. I've got a dusty chest, excluding the appetite. It's kind of dusty, I'm not too sure. But I'm going to classify it as that because that's how I want to do it. Then I've got my ore chest, which is these, and these are unprocessable ores as of now. I don't want to be processing cinnabar as of yet because I'm not really going to be touching Thorncraft. Okay. Sorry about that, big yawn. Next is some ingots. Now this I'm going to use the same thing as I've used here, having 2 filters. However, I'll have the filter at the back and the filter underneath probably. Actually, I will. Now I think about it, and I'll get all these ingots that I could possibly throw into the system. Now I may also add the electrical steel. I'm not too sure. But anywho, now you may notice that I've got other types of lead ingots. So I've got the 2 types, but as I said before, it doesn't matter because these ore dictionary and they're classified in the ore dictionary as the same ingot. So we've got that. We've got a gems one as well at the bottom. Coal ain't really a gem, but it's gonna go in there. And then finally, I'm gonna have across these walls are gonna be these kinds of chests. So I've got some blocks, clay, some more junky kind of stuff. I'll have a wood chest, a wood item chest, saplings, dietary saplings, and I'll also have some plant chests, some mob drop chests, and so on and so forth. But that's something I'm going to be doing between this episode and next. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you did enjoy, leave a like. And catch me next time for my next episode, where I'm going to be setting up that sorting system. Well, actually no, I'm going to have the finished sorting system, and I'm going to be setting up the refueling system for the steam dynamos. That's what they're called. Keep forgetting the names of them. It doesn't matter. And that'll be next episode. So, stay well and Survivor out.